Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It is Tuesday night and we're going to create some art. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully everybody did okay with the storm that we recently had, the hurricane that blew through. I know a lot of my friends are out there in those areas that have been devastated. So if one of you guys are one of the regular viewers of this channel and you guys were affected by the storm, hopefully not too bad, you can chime in and let me know that you're okay. Um, I sent out a couple of emails. I haven't heard from everybody, so I'm just checking in. Just wanted to check with all of you guys and make sure that you're okay. But that aside, we're gonna create some art tonight. It's gonna be great. We got Kid in the house. We got Rome Dog. Um, I don't really have any announcements. I'm just gonna jump. Oh, I do have. Oh, hey, cool. Okay, Larry's in here. Okay, Larry's from Florida, so that's one of the ones I was concerned with. Cool. Um, so you guys might notice I'm not wearing my Team Olivia shirt. That is because she is basically in the clear. Like you're never really cured of cancer, but my understanding, and I'm not the smartest guy in the room, so but my understanding is that like she's done with all of her surgeries, she's done with all of her treatments, all of that stuff is good to go. So like I think she's great. So there's nothing that we have to worry about anymore. So I think that we can like just put that behind us and wish her well, and I think she'll be okay. But anyway, I'm just gonna hop in and start drawing. I am not very good at those type of announcements, but so what are we working on today? Great question. I don't know. I felt like doing a squirrel. I recently saw a squirrel that showed up on like a trail cam. It just looked hilarious. I thought it was the funniest thing, and I just wanted to draw a squirrel. So that's what we're gonna do. If that's cool with you guys, then great. If not, then maybe you can hang out with us and chat anyway. Um, Glad to see that you're doing okay, Larry. I was worried about that, and I know that some of my friends out there, you guys are from areas that are not directly on the coast, and so you guys aren't used to being hit with that kind of a storm. I know that North Carolina was really hard, affected harshly. So, any of you guys, best wishes. I hope that things go back to a sense of normal soon. Around here, I know that we got pretty hit hard. A lot around here, like a lot of the power lines are still above ground. Like I know that people are or cities are making an effort to start putting that kind of stuff underground, but around here it's still a lot of above ground power lines and stuff. So anytime there's a bad storm, whether it's a hurricane or not, we get our powers knocked out. Like I wasn't even sure if I wanted to go live today because the internet's been spotty. But I think we'll be okay. I mostly wanted to come on just to say hi to you guys. I worry about you guys. But yeah, so we got this yeah, I think the hurricane. Oh, you just got power 10 minutes ago, kid. Wow. Oh, that's crazy. They said it might be an hour or so before we get the water back. Wow, that's nuts. Because it's been several days, I'm sure. Well, I'm glad that you got the power back. At least it's not winter. Like I've had power go out because of like ice storms. Oh, that's terrible. Especially like if you have to take a shower and go to work. Like we had power out for like a whole week. We didn't have like a generator or anything like that. So it was pretty rough. By the way, I'm just jumping in here. So I have a couple of little marks here of like where I think the squirrel is going to be on the page, but I don't really have like a sense of direction. I'm just, you know, just drawing a little happy little squirrel. Hopefully it'll look cute. I like drawing cute animals. I haven't really seen any animals that I don't think is cute. Like you guys really did. Some of you guys didn't like the possum, but I thought the possum was cute too. I just like animals. Maybe I should draw like a spider or a snake or something like that. Something that's really off-putting. Like I don't know why I'm trying to make you guys unhappy with me, but okay. Larry says the eye was about 170 miles west of me. I think. Wow, that is that's pretty bad. Like I know the wind got really bad through here. We had a down tree. Like I just like yesterday was out there chopping up a tree that fell over in my yard. So now I got some firewood at least, which is good. I like going out in the backyard on the weekends sometimes with a glass of bourbon and a little fire pit and just chill and you know, like a campfire. I like that kind of stuff. I want to get some little like cheeks in here. I don't know if I've drawn a squirrel before. I definitely did like a chipmunk. I remember that I did a chipmunk as a coffee painting. Um, Dang, kid said no water for 4 days, but that's nothing compared to what others are going through. Um, yeah, like well, you shouldn't diminish your own struggles just because other people are going through stuff as well. Um, the struggle is real if your water's been out for 4 days. But yeah, you're right. There are some people who are. I mean, I saw people on rooftops and stuff. Like I haven't seen anything like that since Katrina. I think like this is central Kentucky, so we didn't really get hit that bad. But there are some people out around here without power, and I don't know if they're still without power today, but that's nothing compared to what some of my friends down south are enduring. Especially like places that's not used to it. Like we're not really used to hurricane weather around here. Like this is too far inland. We get tornadoes and things like that sometimes, but that's about it. I had a wolf spider in the carport tonight. Yeah, see, I'm gonna draw some spiders. Halloween's coming up. I'm gonna definitely draw some spiders for Halloween. I don't know if anybody's following that project Skydrop treasure hunt. Somebody found that today. I know that Lorraine's going to be devastated because she was really into that. I don't know if anybody else. Hey, yeah, because again, how's it going? I don't know if any of you other guys were following that, but um, it ended up being exactly where I thought it was going to be there in Massachusetts. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't think they've announced officially like where it was found, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Wendell, Massachusetts, which is a state forest there, and kind of central Massachusetts. It's basically like right next door to Greenfield, and yeah, been kind of watching it for several days, and I knew it's I knew it's going to be there because of the weather, essentially. Like the trail cam ended up with rain on it, like. It's conspicuous rain. The rain ended up falling in a place where basically the rain was not falling anywhere else, and he kind of gave it away, to be honest. But it was pretty cool. So like if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to projectskydrop.com and look it up, but it's over now, so it doesn't matter. They said they might do another one if this one does well, and it did. Like it ended up doing really well, so maybe they'll do another one like out west or something like that. But this one was pretty fun to follow. I wish I had gone out to Massachusetts. That would have been really cool. I like boots on the ground treasure hunts where you're actually like trying to solve puzzles like in the real world and not just kind of following it online. I think that's kind of fun. I want this to be kind of like a chubby squirrel. I know it doesn't look like much yet, but it will. Maybe I should get the rest of the body in here a little bit so that you guys can see where I'm going with this. So I think his back will come down through here. Oh, BIC is down in Texas? I think I remember that at some point. Yeah, I bet you guys got hit pretty bad down there too. I hate extreme weather like this. And, like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about like the whole climate change biz, but it does seem like we're getting more extreme weather lately. It's not good, guys. So call that climate change, call that whatever you want. It sucks. The squirrel doesn't though. The squirrel's looking awesome already. I don't know why I picked the squirrel. I saw the squirrel in that trail cam. So what I liked about that treasure hunt is they had a trail cam out there. So it was like this little golden statue kind of thing that they had out in the woods, and they had a trail cam on it so that people can see that it was still there, and people can see like if anybody was close or picked it up, and that's what you could actually see today. You actually saw that somebody went out there and picked it up. It was kind of cool. Um, but a little squirrel came and visited like 2 days ago, maybe. I thought it was cute. Yeah, just David. And here, yeah, the squirrel is pooping. Fact, for real. This squirrel's not pooping. This squirrel's like just eating nuts or something. I don't know. Every time an animal showed up on that trail cam, I'm like, oh man, I want to draw it. I need to get a trail cam of my own. So there is a wildlife management area near my house that I've been out to a couple of times. People go out there hunting and stuff. And I don't know about that, but um, like all the signs at the place have like bullet holes in them. It's kind of funny. But I might get some trail cams and go out there and like hide them where people can't find them. What? So my fear of like getting a trail cam and putting it out there is that somebody will steal it. I don't know how that works. I think it'd probably be pretty easy to steal one. Angle of the tail and compression of the hawks pooping or jumping, and it ain't jumping. You seem like an expert on pooping squirrels there, Just Dave. Have you seen a few pooping squirrels in your day? I love squirrels. Squirrels are great. Squirrels are cute. They run around, do like cute little squirrel things. They're not like they're not like mice or anything that people don't like. Like I don't know. Maybe people don't like squirrels. I've never met a person who like, oh, I don't like squirrels. Instead of dinner and movies, some of our friends invited us over for dinner and a shower. I shouldn't laugh. I mean, that's not funny. Like you're suffering over there, but yeah, that is kind of nice of them. Yeah, like I said, like we've had ice storms here where the power's been out for like a week or more. Um, and it is not fun. At least it's not during the winter time, you know. And the weather has been moderate as well. Like I don't know where it is, like down where you are, but around here at least it's been fall weather and not too hot. Because that would suck too if your AC was out. And... Hey MJ, how's it going? The driveway gate got crushed by a fallen tree. Oh, it's no good. Yeah, the wind was a crazy thing. I think that like the spiral of the hurricane, we caught like the end of it or something as it came through. I think it literally died over us. Like I don't think it went that much further. I think it kind of died over Kentucky. But of course that means that all the states beneath us, like, not beneath us, but below us on the map, um, like Tennessee and North Carolina. I have some relatives in South Carolina, a lot of relatives in South Carolina. I think they got hit pretty hard too. The squirrel is not pooping, okay? I'm not drawing a pooping squirrel. I'm drawing a squirrel that is intent on things. This the squirrel has like plans for stuff. He's contemplating. He's like little contemplate. He's like a thinking squirrel. I like drawing furry things on black paper with a light pencil. This isn't technically white. My white pencil, this is my white pencil. This is all that's left of my white pencil. I draw so many of these type pictures that it's worn down to like a little nub. They have like little extensions that I might get just so that I don't waste it. I'm not like cheap, but also I don't like to waste. So like some people might throw this away and be done with it, but you can still draw with it. Like I can still draw with this little thing. But anyway, that one's dead, so I'm using a almost a white pencil, this little yellow pencil here. But yeah, that thing's. I mean, I've had it. I've been drawing with that little white pencil for like 2 years now. So there you go. If anybody's interested in buying um, like colored pencils, and you're wondering like if if a colored pencil will last you a while, yeah, I can attest to the Prismacolor white pencil. They I draw with them a lot. I do these white pencils on black paper drawings all the time and stuff. So let me be your guide. If you get one of those white pencils, it'll last you at least a year. So let's see. I'm not really sure like how fluffy I want this tail to be. I want this tail to be pretty fluffy. Your Bulldogs were not unscathed last night against Alabama. Oh, Georgia Bulldogs. See, I don't even follow sports, and I know the Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah. What about the Yellow Jackets? I remember that being a big thing. Um, when my dad was in the military, he was stationed at both Fort Gillem and Fort McPherson. He kind of went back and forth between them. So we lived in a little town called Riverdale, just outside of Atlanta. I remember everybody was into either the Bulldogs or the Yellow Jackets. It says I'll go over all my colors, white, the white, it blends more and gives an oil paint look. Oh, white Prismacolor is my favorite one to use, and he uses it to go over his thing. Yeah, yeah, I love and what I don't know if it's like the same at where you guys are, but either Hobby Lobby or Michaels, what I like about Prismacolor pencils is you can buy a single one, right? So like I'm not worried that this is down to a nub, where I think like my full set costs I don't really know. I got it as like a birthday gift, but I think it was like around $70. So, I would normally be like, oh man, I have to spend $70 to get like a whole new set of pencils. Now you can just buy single ones. So like if you like drawing with white pencils, I love drawing with white pencils. Like honestly, if I didn't feel like I needed to do like some variety here, um, and give you guys something interesting to look at that's like not always the same thing, um, I would probably draw like a lot of pictures on black paper with white pencil. It's just my thing. I really enjoy it. I like the look of the pictures. I like how things turn out. It takes a little while. It's not like some of my more sketchy pictures and stuff, but it is something I enjoy doing. So anyway, I would just buy a bunch of white pencils. And I like white charcoal too. I'm not doing white charcoal on here just because like I didn't prep the paper or anything. But white charcoal, that's a lot of fun as well. White colored pencils, the Prismacolor kind, and white charcoal, which is really just like white pastel, but those are those are fun for me to draw with. I like this little squirrel already. He's got this big pushy tail. I like it. I like when I'm drawing something cute. Rome Dog said I'll burn through six or more years. Six white pencils. Wow. You must draw a lot more than I do. I try to draw daily. Um, I draw even when I'm not doing my live streams and stuff, but I still only do maybe like one picture a day. And I don't draw every day. I would like to, but I don't. I don't. Like there was a while where I was doing that. I was trying to like draw every single day, and I kind of got not really burnt out on it because like I really do enjoy drawing. It's just I couldn't find the time to draw all the time, and it became it started becoming a little bit stressful to like look for the time to draw. Like this is supposed to be relaxing. Like if I'm not relaxed doing this stuff, I don't really want to do it. So if I'm like stressed out looking for time to actually draw, then that's kind of like counterproductive. That's like the exact opposite of what I'm shooting for. Now, for those who aren't used to me drawing on black paper, it looks really light now. Like I usually draw really light. just to kind of figure out where everything is, and then I come back and I start like pressing down and getting some more pigment into the paper, just so that things are a little bit brighter. But I always start off this way, really lightly, just kind of figuring out where things are. Yeah, Hobby Lobby does have a whole section of Prismacolor stuff. Like Prismacolor is a good solid product, so I don't feel like, that's a bad thing. I don't feel like they're, pushing a bad product. I love Prismacolor. Like honestly, if you're doing colored pencils, I mean, there's a variety in quote unquote colored pencils. Like all my pastel pencils, those are technically colored pencils, but if the what people think of as colored pencils and stuff, it's really Prismacolor. You can get other kinds, but Prismacolor is probably the most popular, or at least that I've seen. I don't know. I don't talk to everybody, so I don't really know. It's like, have you met everybody? No. Man, Lorraine's gonna be upset that that treasure was found when she comes in because like she was gonna go out there, or she was gonna send family out there. Somebody was gonna go out there, or she was asking me where I thought it was. The basic spot though, like I don't know what they were thinking. The basic spot was pretty discoverable quickly, and then they were kind of left up to the weather because they had the trail cam on it. You could see when it rained. I happened to be watching the moment it started raining. Like it started raining at like 10 a.m. and I'm like, oh wow, cool. So I went and took like a screenshot of like the radar and I'm like, oh, it must be within these like green highlighted areas. I feel like I'm not the only one. Like supposedly the rumor is the person who found it is like an actual meteorologist. So I'm actually surprised it took him so long. I do like mental exercises like that, like trying to figure out puzzles and I, I really enjoy it. Because again says I think it's totally worth the price. Yeah, I agree. Prismacolors colors are worth the price. Like I said, I mean you get good value out of it. That's what's important to me. Like I don't care what something costs. Well, I do. Like I don't have a lot of money, so I do care what things cost. But I consider it an investment if I get great value out of it. So like a good set of colored pencils, I get a lot of great value out of that. Um, you know, some of my art supplies and stuff, I don't get like a lot of out of it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to sit there and justify spending a lot of money on art supplies when I literally paint in coffee sometimes. And that's almost like I don't know. The coffee I buy is like maybe a couple of bucks. So it's hard to go off and spend like hundreds of dollars on art supplies when that's what you do. I like paper though. I'll spend some money on paper. I've always kind of had a stationery fetish anyway. Like I don't know. I love office supplies for some reason. I love pens. I love ink. Um, I'm not like a stationery snob or anything. It's not like I have like paper with my monogram on it or anything like that. But if I had the money, I would. That would be awesome. But yeah, I just like the feel of textured paper. I like I like the feel of ink on paper. I like the smell of paper. I like the smell of yeah, I just like the smell of paper. Like if I went to like a Barnes and Noble or like a bookstore or something, I'm in heaven. I just like smelling paper. So weird. If that seems weird to you guys, sorry. Like it's true. I do like smelling paper. I'm not gonna smell this paper. Maybe I'll smell this paper when you guys aren't looking. I can't. I feel like I'm not the only one. Like you guys like everybody likes the smell of paper, right? Everybody likes the smell of a brand new fresh book, like a book that's never been opened. Not like not like a book at a library. You go into a library, you probably like find books that smell like body odor on the shelf, or like mildew or something. Like it's been in there for like 50 years. You don't want all that. I'm talking about like a brand new book. Like you just ordered the book, you just got it in the mail, and you open up the package, and it's like you get hit with that new book smell. Just Dave says red squirrels are so much cuter. The introduction of grays has decimated the native red population over here. Just Dave lives in the UK, so apparently the the gray squirrels over there are up to no good. I'm not sure what this one's a gray squirrel, I think. So this is one of the bad squirrels over in the UK. Pencil lid's falling off. This is what I don't like. I drop my pencils all the time. So I end up breaking the lead up inside of it, and I have to constantly sharpen it. So give me 1 second to fix this. Hopefully, I can get a nice sharp edge on it. There you go. All right, so not that pointy, but it'll work. Right now, I'm just trying to get like like a base layer of pigment in here anyway. So as far as the arm will kind of come around here. I think kind of up in there. This whole point, like part of the process is so that I know where things are. Like I want to know where his arm ends because he's got like a white underbelly. We have a few black squirrels. I'm not sure what a black squirrel looks like. Um, but the white squirrels are in brother. White squirrels. So I've seen these gray squirrels that I'm drawing, and then I've seen I think the red ones. They have like longer hair or something. They have like hair coming out their ears like a little bit longer. I'm not sure what a white squirrel or a black squirrel looks like. I'm not sure I've ever seen those. And unfortunately, I can't look it up right now while I'm drawing, but I'm going to look that up later. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I'm with you, MJ. I've never seen a black squirrel. I'm wondering if like wondering what you guys are talking about. Have you guys ever heard of a snipe hunt? Like sometimes I feel like you guys are messing with me. Snipe hunt, for those who don't know, is like when, like you're a Boy Scout or something, you go on a camping trip and your buddies kind of like haze you by telling you like, oh, there's snipe out here in the wilderness. We're gonna catch some snipe. And there's no such thing. You just sit there and look goofy holding a bag while they like beat on the bush or something, like try to scare a snipe into your bag. There's no snipe. I feel like you guys are tricking me. There's no such thing as a black squirrel. You guys made it up. You guys are having a laugh at me, making up black squirrels. I don't think they exist. Yeah, NJ knows what we got. Because again, I went through a couple of snipe hunts as a kid. Yeah, like I don't know what that is. Like, why do people do that? I guess it's like I don't know. It's fun to have make jokes at people's expense. I guess like if they don't know, like it's like an inside secret sort of thing. I mean, it is hazing, right? Like it is. They do it to you because like you're new to camping or whatever the deal is. Yes, Google the white squirrel in Brevard, North Carolina. I hope they were okay during the hurricane there in western North Carolina. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope all the animals are okay because, like, I know that that is not always the priority to take care of the animals, and it's kind of sad because they get caught up in these natural disasters as well. I do like that you do hear some stories sometimes of like first responders, like firefighters, Coast Guard, things like that, actually risking their own lives to save animals. I love those kind of stories because it probably happens a lot. Nobody's like cruel enough to just let a pet perish in like a house fire or something like that if they can avoid it. So it probably actually happens a lot, but it's still kind of cool, that people are willing to do that. I saw a video recently where Coast Guard saved a dog that was on a like a yacht or something like that, or a boat of some sort that was sinking or something. Kevin's like, for us in the BSA, it was just an initiation. Yeah, see, all right. Sometimes I worry that my references you guys won't get. Um, or like sometimes I think maybe I made that up in my head and I don't really remember what I'm talking about, but it seems like you guys know what a snipe hunt is. So these black squirrels you guys are talking about, they're not real. They're like those snipes. You guys are having a laugh. That's okay. You guys can mess with me if you want. That's fine. I do kind of want to look them up now. Now I've got in my mind like a black squirrel. Like I have no idea what they look like. I've never seen one before. I'm not making a joke at black squirrels' expense, but I picture a squirrel dressed in a ninja costume with like a black mask on and like a little ninja sword on his back. That to me sounds awesome and adorable. So I don't know what a black squirrel is, but I hope it's that. I hope a black squirrel is a ninja a squirrel. NJ, I'll take a picture of them and send it to Jeremy to show on the show. Oh, cool. Yeah. Black squirrels are rare, but we do have a few around. Yeah, it's like those whole black swan things. Like I love that black swans are actually a like like a thing where people were in the past they thought they didn't exist. Kind of like I don't know, like it's one of those things like have you ever seen a black swan? No, I've never seen a black swan. So they're like, you know, well, black swans probably don't exist, but then it turned out that they did exist. That's like cryptos. You know what? I am supposed to be drawing a Bigfoot at some point, but yeah, like chupacabras and stuff. All those people like chupacabras don't exist. It's like, all right, you tell me a chupacabra don't exist when you meet one day and it like rips your face off. Then you tell me that chupacabras don't exist. You probably don't think Mothman exists either. Of course, Mothman exists. MJ seen black swans. I'm trying to think. Have I ever seen black swans? Maybe at a zoo? I don't know. They're adorable though. I mean, they look really cool. That's what I'm hoping a black squirrel is. I'm hoping a black squirrel is just like a regular squirrel wearing a ninja costume. That would be so awesome. It's like, you know, I mean, at this point, if I look one up and it's not that, I'm going to be very disappointed because I built it up in my mind so much that like there's these like little ninja squirrels running around in the forest that's not the truth. I'm gonna be like, oh, well, that's a bummer. Like, and then I'm an adult, right? So it's like it's not gonna affect me that much. Like consciously, like I'm gonna be like, oh, this isn't a ninja squirrel, and I'm gonna be like, oh, that sucks. But in my subconscious mind, that's gonna carry with me all day, and I'm just gonna be like depressed. Like I'm gonna be going through like my day to day, and I'm just gonna feel sad, and I'm gonna be like, why am I so sad today? And it's because I found out that there are no ninja squirrels, and I just didn't realize that they're not turtles, Jeremy. Well, you know they put toxic chemicals out in the woods, and like all the time. That's like companies and corporations and evil people and stuff. They just toss their like radioactive sludge out there in the woods, and like I don't know. You guys have seen The Simpsons, right? They're always dumping stuff in Lake Springfield. So this little guy, he's just running around in the forest. They uh they threw some radioactive sludge out because they like can't dispose of it properly or whatever. Along comes this little squirrel. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so thirsty. I can I need something to drink." So he drinks from the lake water, and he's like suddenly got ninja powers. Could happen. It's a lot more plausible than like somebody dumps sludge down the freaking sewer and a bunch of turtles and a rat gets a hold of it. After the turtle, sorry, not the turtle, after the squirrel becomes a ninja, like after they get the radioactive powers, I feel like they still need a splinter like teacher to kind of guide them in ninjutsu. Like you can't just be a ninja by putting on a ninja outfit. Like, thanks, kid. I appreciate that. I'll check it out like here in a little bit. So like, is a white squirrel like a albino squirrel? Is that how that works? So I feel like a white squirrel. Freaking that. I feel like a white squirrel is more believable than like a black squirrel. Like a white squirrel just seems like an albino squirrel. A black squirrel feels like somebody dumped some radioactive sludge and the squirrel got ninja powers along with a short article. Cool. Hey Tyler, how's it going, man? Okay, Larry, I could totally see black ninja squirrels wielding lightsabers and jumping around like Yoda. I'm pretty sure there's a video of that somewhere online. Squirrels with lightsabers, 100% that's out there somewhere. So I'm working on his belly because his belly's all lit up down here. He's got a little white underbelly. Super adorable. So he's got little patches of fur kind of coming up here, creating little creases. This guy's a little chubby guy. Like got some pretty thick arms. I think that's drawn proportionately, but maybe like all squirrels are just kind of like a little chubby in their arms. It's okay. We're not going to body shame the squirrel. Plus all that ninjutsu he's going to be doing. He's going to burn some calories for sure. You, you don't usually see a chubby ninja. Although they did make Chris Farley. There's a Beverly Hill ninja. He's a chubby ninja. There you go. He's looking pretty good. Jeremy, your squirrel looks sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tyler says, feels good to be free of the toxicity and anything belonging to it. I agree. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm not immune to you know, toxicity and things not going my way and things just kind of sucking in general and stuff. I mean, it happens. It happens to everybody, but try not to let it get me down. There's there's a reason I draw pictures and stuff. It really is like, you know, I don't know, just calming to draw pictures and stuff. It makes me feel good. I've had like a long day or something, or things just aren't going my way. Somebody finds my treasure out in Massachusetts when I knew where it was for like 2 weeks. Seriously, I've known where that treasure was for like 2 weeks and stuff, and then some guy goes out there and gets it today. It's nuts. It sucks. But it's okay. That's how it goes. My Jack Russell thinks that squirrel looks sweet also. I showed you the picture. So my brother's dog watches the stream sometimes, and I actually drew a picture of him, and he was watching it, and he was like so intent because like the thing is, I hang out with my brother's dog sometimes, so he knows my voice. So they put the video on sometimes, and he watches it just because he recognizes like, hey, that's Uncle Jeremy. He's a cute dog. I think I've shown pictures of him, but he's like an Australian Shepherd, like a just an adorable furry dog. All right, so I feel pretty good with where everything is. I'm gonna start like doing some highlights and stuff just to get those in here. Um, kind of highlight up this eye. I feel like I could draw like an entire picture in like a gel pen because like these things are awesome too. Like you talk about going through like a lot of white colored pencils. I feel like the white colored pencils in these white gel pens are like perfect for black paper. So if you have black paper, white colored pencils, and white gel pens, you could really create some fun art. Like it may not be the thing that you're into like doing all the time. Like I still like doing like charcoal pictures and stuff, but it looks cool on paper. And I don't care who you are as an artist, you want things to look cool. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on what your goals are. Most people. Most people do like visual arts, they want their pictures to look cool. If you want to make something look adorable, by the way, just have a black eye with a little bit of highlight on it, and it automatically looks adorable. Okay? So like just that bit there, he looks super sweet. So now it kind of looks a little. Did you see the news about the chest for my hunt? No, I did not, Tyler. I'm sure you will tell me about it. Um, so now it looks like he's wearing white eyeliner, which is a little weird. Um, so kind of blend that in a little bit with some more marks. Blend it out so that it's not so stark. No, I didn't even know you were doing a treasure hunt, Tyler. That's kind of cool. I wonder, one of these days I'm gonna have a treasure hunt myself. I think it'd be fun. I don't have anything to hide yet, but I think it'd be kind of cool. Like as a prize. So you're just kind of going back over things that you've already done to kind of create these highlights. I think it really brings out the it starts bringing out the characteristics of the squirrel, I guess. It's really making them look like a squirrel. Room dog. I got some gray paper, white pops on it too. Yes. So toned paper in general, I love it. Um, I've been using like this black a lot, but really I need to get some toned paper. I've got some craft like acid-free craft paper I've been using for that kind of stuff. Like you can see these pictures back here on the wall. Um, I think that I think that looks really cool. I just like toned paper with white. If you want like a nice classic look, um, like black charcoal with white charcoal highlights on toned paper. Can't go wrong because your tone paper automatically becomes your midtones, and then your charcoal becomes like your shadows, and then you have your white highlights. Those three layers of color work really well for like creating a nice classic look to your pictures. I do that sort of. Oh, that's so frustrating. Art is supposed to be relaxing. Stop breaking my pencil. This is how this is how you end up with like a little nub. You keep breaking your lead. Yeah, kid's still waiting on a Bigfoot. I keep forgetting to. Like if you have my email, like and you know when I do these streams, if you shoot me an email and remind me. I'm an adult. I can remember these things for myself. It's just I don't for some reason. This is Bigfoot. It's just, you know, it's got a bushy tail, that's all. Are you saying my picture doesn't look like Bigfoot? You're hurting my feelings. All right, let's see if I can. Look how short this thing's gotten just in this session. Kid, I only remind you every spring. Yeah, yeah, I gotta do Bigfoot. But I don't want to just do Bigfoot. I want to do like a cool Bigfoot. So like I have to put some thought into it. What? What is going on? There's probably like all these micro cracks all throughout this pencil. That's what's going on. My squirrel is cursed. So when I go to Hobby Lobby, I might need to get two pencils. One is this like cream color one. The other one is this white one. All right. There you go. This one's like carved so short. Yeah, I can't. It's near impossible to break. There's my strategy. See if that works. We'll give that a shot, and if that doesn't work, then we'll adjust. So, as an artist, you have to kind of pivot and just kind of make things work. I do often say like the whole part of the whole thing, part of the whole thing. That doesn't make any sense, Jeremy. Um, a big part of the thing. There we go. A big part of the thing is that as an artist, you are solving problems. Like you're trying to achieve, say, a realistic squirrel on the paper, and you are solving countless like little problems to get it there. Like your pencil keep breaking, or you know maybe you're having a little trouble with the lighting or something like that. Oh, the wooden log geocache. Yeah, I remember that, Tyler. Like that was a while back. Bigfoot carrying an orange pumpkin trick or treat. Hey, that Halloween picture I did last year with the little girl trick or treating. That was kind of a Bigfoot character. She ran into that large hairy monster. Um, does that count? I mean, he kind of looked like Bigfoot. Nah, that's not. I can't just phone it in. I have to do it for real. If you're gonna do a Bigfoot, you have to do a proper Bigfoot, in my opinion. Like Sasquatch deserves the actual treatment. Because you can see, like now that we're applying like more layers, he's starting to come together, and you know, just kind of develops out of the page. Chubby cheek. Jeremy, there's some red straws that are from Pepsi at the gas station fountain sodas. They fit perfectly over the pencil to make a shorty long enough to hold. That's a great tip. I like that. I like that because that sounds inexpensive. Because they do make extenders. You can buy extenders, and I might do that at some point just because obviously you can reuse those. But yeah, I am kind of like cheap. Yeah, I don't know why. Just just the way I am. I'd rather spend money on experiences than material things. That's I've always been that way. Like I will spend a few $100 going on a trip somewhere, but then like I'll wear the same clothes for like years. I barely ever buy new clothes. In fact, I don't think I buy new clothes. Like usually they're bought for me just because people feel sorry for me, I guess. I don't know. Like I'm not very fashion conscious anyway, so I wouldn't even know where to begin to buy new clothes. There are some awesome squirrel assault course videos on YouTube. They are pretty clever creatures. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, okay. I have seen these. I know what you're talking about, like the obstacle course things where who came up with that idea? There was some guy who knows that these squirrels were trying to get into his bird feeder or something like that in his backyard. So he started to like make it a little bit more difficult, and he found that the squirrels kept getting around it. And I bet you a bunch of other people have like gotten in on this thing because what his solution was, he's like, okay, I'm gonna make it very difficult for these critters to get at my bird food. And sure enough, they kept doing it. So eventually, it was like he just like, I give up. Now I'm just kind of curious what all a squirrel can do. So he started doing these like obstacle courses for squirrels, and they are pretty amazing. Um, like just the ingenuity, like you think of the better and the build a better mousetrap and stuff. Some of these obstacle courses for squirrels and stuff, they're just amazing. And what's more amazing is the squirrels just blast through it. Like they don't even care. Like they'll go through Mark Roper or Robber the series. I recall watching. Perfect. Burger King straws. Perfect. Cool. Um, yeah, and then like They just blow through it. And the thing is, the squirrels, they just don't even care. Like they'll try to get through the obstacle course and they'll fall and nearly break their neck and they'll get right back up on it and try it again. Let that be a lesson for you. If you think life is tough, you can learn a lot from squirrels' sheer determination to get at your bird food. Yeah. All right, so we got a decent face in here, I think. Looking pretty good. I just love squirrels. Squirrels are awesome. Um, I don't know how it is in other countries, wherever you're from, but around here, squirrels are everywhere. It doesn't matter what town you're in, what kind of like, whether it's urban or rural environment, there are squirrels everywhere. They do kind of like crash around the woods too. They like, just like I was saying with those obstacle courses, these guys aren't the most graceful animals. So you see like, I don't know, like if flying squirrels are like in the same family. Um, but like these are like their dumb cousins. Like flying squirrels are graceful. Like you see them jumping from like one branch to another and they're like flying and stuff. These guys just like basically pummel themselves around their environment. They will like they're very noisy too. Like the tree rats. There you go. Exactly. So they run up the tree and they'll just like I don't know, you just hear them crashing through the woods and like leaves and stuff like that. These guys are not the most graceful animals. Jeremy, I like how squirrels build their nests high in trees. Yeah, me too. We feed the squirrels in our yard, and Kevin says, we feed the squirrels in our yard unsalted shelled peanuts. So fun to watch them chow down. I wish I had squirrels in my backyard. Ain't gonna happen. My dogs would tree them. I've had possums in my backyard. I've had rabbits in my backyard. I haven't ever seen a squirrel in my backyard. That sucks. If I ever seen a squirrel in my backyard, I would try to like catch it so that it can be my friend. I want a furry little squirrel friend. Like I felt if I felt like I went to the park and the same squirrel was going to be around all the time, that would be awesome because then I could like have a little squirrel friend. This guy kind of like a little white face. All right. So there are some areas here that I do feel like highlighting a little bit just to make bring them out. So this is what I really like about the combination between the colored pencils and these gel pens. The gel pens, like, it might take a little bit to get the ink out of them, but they go right over. A lot of people don't realize these colored pencils are actually wax based. So whenever you like put them down, you're basically putting wax on the paper, which is fine. These gel pens work over it, but like, sometimes you have to coax it out a little bit. But it works really good over the colored pencils. It creates this really nice highlighted effect. I try to use it sparingly. Like I don't want to draw like a whole picture with like the gel pen because like a little goes a long way. You could end up making something look less realistic by having basically white paint everywhere. But used as like these highlights, it works really well. And you saw what I just did there with my finger. So you see how it's smudged. You can smudge the um, the gel pen into it to kind of like just make it look a little bit more natural, I think. He's got a lot of white under his chin. It looks like he's kind of like lit from the side a bit. I got dogs back here snoring. That's adorable. Um, oh, um, I mentioned last week my kitty was sick. He's doing much better. Sorry for that pause there. I'm like my kitty was sick, and then I drink, and like you're probably like, oh no, what happened to the kitty? My kitty's doing much better. I appreciate everybody who was concerned. Um, my my kitty somehow got liver damage, and I have never seen this in cats. Apparently, it's pretty common, which is weird because I've had a lot of cats, and I probably have had a cat go through this in the past. I just don't remember seeing this. Maybe it's something I blocked out or whatever. But cats can get jaundice when their livers aren't functioning correctly, and I didn't notice until the vet pointed out that the kitty actually has like yellow skin in his ear. So if you look inside of his ear and at his nose, the places that are usually pink, he's got like yellow discoloration, and he still has that. But my concern was that he would have like liver failure, and that's not good because like you need your liver to live, and you know obviously I looked these things up online and I'm like, oh man, this sounds terrible. I'm so worried about them. But they said that the prognosis for that is good because the liver does repair itself. Uh, yeah, bourbon kitty. So the liver does repair itself over time if you kind of like fix the underlying problem. And the prognosis for these cats that have this problem is pretty good if they like respond to treatment within like 5 days. Like if they survive for 5 days, it's pretty good. And it's been 5 days. So, and the kitty went from like being completely lethargic. He had like glassy eyes. He's lost so much weight. I didn't even realize like he had lost so much weight. Um, like I feel bad. Like almost like I should have been paying more attention. I obviously will be now, but he had lost like a lot of weight and stuff. So when we took him to the vet, he was pretty out of it and everything. But he's now running around doing kitty things, playing with things, uh, drinking bourbon. No, the kitty did not have liver damage because of the bourbon, guys. I did not feed my cat bourbon. That's funny that you guys went straight to that. Yeah, yeah. Kitty had jaundice because Kitty drinks the bourbon. Nah. So the cat was having trouble eating, and that's why he lost all that weight. And I didn't notice that he wasn't eating his cat food so much because my dogs like to eat his cat food, so like the cat food would still disappear sometimes. So I wasn't aware that my cat wasn't drinking, like eating the way that my cat should be. And yeah, like so I tried to get the cat to eat stuff, but he didn't really have like an appetite. So I started feeding him like tuna. My cat really loves tuna now. And in fact, so much that I'm concerned that, you know, I've spoiled the cat because the cat really loves tuna. The cat has gone back to eating like cat food now, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be buying tuna for a while. Plus, the cat can really only get the medication if I crush it up. Oh, that's what I don't like. So I have to give the cat medication through like, injecting a syringe into his mouth. He hates that. Oh, the kitty hates that. And I feel so terrible whenever I do that. Like, I don't know, it's so awkward. I hate it. The cat hates it. There's like 2 more days of that. It's like they don't understand that you're just trying to help them out, and like they think that you're some like torturer or something like you're waterboarding them or something like that. Yeah, feel bad. But whatever I can do to keep the kitty around. I love that cat. Cat's adorable. I think the vet bill was like $500. So, so now I've got $500 into this cat. I got to keep the cat around for a while. I think it was like $500. I think it might have been a little bit more with the medication. Could have been more expensive actually. So like I'm glad that could have been the paint water. Yeah. The cat was in here hanging out with us a few times, if you guys remember. I had to put the cat out because like it was like crying up a storm. Cat doesn't like closed doors. That's what the problem is. All right, so I think through here there's some like highlights as well, kind of dropping down through here. These gel pens make really good fur marks. So like if you have like the white colored pencil down initially as like a base layer, coming back over it with these like white highlights really creates this like neat little illusion of like fur. Especially if you like use your finger to like blend it out. I mean, you don't have to use your finger. You can use like a paper towel or something like that probably. I don't really know. I maybe finger works best because it does smudge it pretty good. Um, don't forget, you guys need to name this squirrel. Whenever I'm doing something that has no name, like it's not like somebody's pet or something, you guys have the great honor of giving him a name. Little squirrely or something like that. You guys probably come up with a better one than that, but the tough thing when doing these furry guys on black paper is like um, less is more when it comes to the fur. Like you want to create layers, but you don't want to like overdo it. You want to kind of keep some of that black showing through. It's like if you were doing it on white paper with um, gray, black, whatever you want to call it, pencil, lead. You kind of want some of those little white areas showing through as highlights. Well, it's the inverse when you're doing on black paper. You want some of those black areas to show through as like shadows. So I tried to get away with not having to sharpen this, but I think I have to anyway. Hopefully it won't crack on me. Yeah, nice little sharp edge. Cool. All right. Yeah, I do feel like I'm gonna have to get a new yellow pencil, but that's the way it goes. And then you go back over your white gel pen with more colored pencil to kind of like blend that in so that it doesn't look like it's just like I don't know, sitting on top of things. That's a problem, honestly. Like a lot of people, a lot of like new artists, I guess, and people who haven't spent a lot of time doing things. Well, maybe even some experienced ones if that's their style, but they uh they just have things like laying on top of things without blending it in. It looks unnatural. So like if I just had like a highlight up here, but I didn't like blend that into the other fur, it's going to look weird, I think. Ollie the squirrel, that's pretty good. I like that. Ollie the squirrel, I like it. It's really good. What do you call a fight between squirrels? Kid asks. A squirrel? Squirrel? Whatever the squaw of a quarrel is? Squirrel? I don't know. Squirrel. It is a squirrel. Hey, I guess that one. Nice. Squirrel. Squirrel. Ah, man, I can't pronounce that. A squirrel. You get used to saying words, and you're like, I don't know, your tongue develops muscle memory, I guess, and like it's very hard for you to say other things. Like I know a little bit of Spanish, but it's so hard for me to say Spanish words because my my whole mouth and tongue and all that stuff is just kind of trained in a certain way that is tough for me to say foreign words. Like I don't know, like in some foreign languages they roll their R's and things like that. I can't do that. I really can't. Just because most of my extended family is from South Carolina, I have redneck roots in me, and I can I can get a redneck accent going, but I can't get those. I can get a redneck accent going, and I can get like a Midwestern accent, um, because like I don't know, I'm just used to being around Midwestern people, so I can do that. But I can't do the foreign accent. I really can't. I've tried so hard. The worst I can do is like an approximation of it is just like I don't know, probably like a little bit racist, just because it's so like bad. And I don't even mean to be. It's just it's so bad. It's not a very good approximation, or it's a good attempt. I try very hard. I just can't pull it off. Like I can't do a British accent. I have tried so hard. Like it just Dave's was in the room earlier. I can't do his accent. I really can't. I've tried very hard, and I love British accents. I really do. I like when women have British accents, and you know, women are pretty good at pulling it off versus us guys. But I cannot do a British accent at all. I can come up with like some British like phrasings just because I do watch like a lot of BBC. Like I watch Sherlock Holmes, I watch Doctor Who, things like that. Um, Broadchurch, you know, like British made TV shows. So I know some of their like I watch Harry Potter. So I know some of the like terminology and stuff. I just can't do the accent. I wish I could. Okay, Larry does a good Russian accent because he is a KGB agent. He didn't say that, but it's true. He can't say that he's a KGB agent because like that would like I don't know expose him. But he's definitely a KGB agent. We watch Slow Horses on Apple TV. I have not. I don't have Apple TV. Is it good? I have like all the things except the things I want. So I have like Disney Plus, I have Netflix, I have Amazon Prime, but the shows I want to watch are on AMC. I don't have that. They're on Paramount. I don't have that. And I feel like it's just a waste to go off and get like a streaming channel just for like one show. Like AMC, I want to watch the second season of Interview with the Vampire. Um, you know, I like Mad Men. I want to watch that again, and that's not available outside of AMC. Um, I just, you know, I want to watch these things. And Paramount apparently has like all the things on it, and I don't have that either. Kind of sucks. And there's been a bunch of good stuff on Apple TV. Oh, Gary Oldman is an MI5 agent. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's what sucks. Like what? Uh, It's not that I miss cable because I don't miss cable. I like having internet only streaming services, but I wish they would bundle them like they used to with cable, you know. I don't know, maybe they do. Like maybe that's my problem. I don't have the right bundle. But yeah, like cable services bundling your TV so that I mean, so you'd get all the good channels and then you'd have that one channel that you don't care about, like I don't know, Squirrel Network or something. Actually, that'd be great. I would love to watch Squirrels. You guys ever watch those type of so like of course obviously you're on YouTube. So you really should be watching my videos. Go back and watch all my old videos. But when you're done watching all my videos, um, you guys should watch TV for Dogs. Just type that in as a search in YouTube, TV for Dogs. There are so many options of things to watch while you're doing other things. And I don't mean turn this on for your dogs. You could, like, if you're going to go out for like a day or something, you can put this on for like 10 hours or something like that. There's there's versions of this that last 8 hours while people are at work or whatever. But anyway, it's TV for dogs, and you're gonna find like a whole lot of different options of things that dogs would like, right? So some of them is going to be squirrels eating nuts. So like somebody will put nuts out and squirrels will show up and eat the nuts, and that's all you're watching. You're just watching a bunch of squirrels running around. And it's like a trail cam. Um, but it's a little more produced than a trail cam, but it's like that. And you know, they have bird ones, they have all kinds of ones, but like I love the squirrel ones. I love the birds. Um, it's meant to be for dogs to watch, but I love just putting. I know I'm a dog, but I love putting these things on while I'm doing other things. Um, oh, what is invisible and smell like nuts? Okay, Larry adds that. I'm super curious. But yeah, I like to put these things on while I'm doing other things. So like while I'm working, um, you know, like while I'm surfing the internet or something, I'll have these things playing in the background, and it's so nice. Like when winter comes around, I like to have like a YouTube video playing like a fireplace. It's kind of like that. So OK Larry says, "What is invisible and smells like nuts?" He says, "Squirrel pot and poots." And no, they don't fart. Too small. Okay. Squirrels don't fart. They poots because they're tiny, tiny little poots. I like it. So I like this. Just highlighting the outside of the bushy tail. It makes it look really realistic. I like that. I don't know what this guy's sitting on. I'm not sure if I'm gonna draw like a stick or something. Maybe I'll just draw the essence of a stick, just kind of coming out like that. I don't really want to get into the weeds of what this looks like. Maybe I'll have it backlit and just kind of do the sides of it. Pretty cool. And then just so that it doesn't look weird, I'll have a bit of a stick coming out. That looks fine enough. What if a squirrel and raccoon were playing Scrabble? Who would win? NJ thinks the squirrel. Um, oh, this is tough because I think raccoons are. I don't know if there's a joke coming on this one, but I think that raccoons, like, just actually thinking through the problem, like, who would win in a Scrabble match? Um, yeah, it was a joke. So, if a squirrel and a raccoon were playing Scrabble, who would win? Kid says the squirrel would because it has a Q. Get it? The actual word squirrel. Anyway, um, I like that. That's pretty good. Uh, actually, thinking through the problem, I think raccoons might be smarter than squirrels. Like squirrels are amazing creatures. They're always up to things and stuff, but and like they are good at problem solving. So like just Dave mentioned the obstacle courses that squirrels go through earlier, and they are pretty good at figuring those things out. I just feel like raccoons are just inherently smart creatures. So like in a contest of like intelligence, I would uh I would probably put my bet on a raccoon. Raccoons are super smart and cute. But yeah, squirrels win because they have a Q in them. That's nice. Let's see. So I do like this process, basically, where you start off with like the form of a creature, and like you kind of just bring it out in layers and stuff. Like you can see that kind of in this bushy tail, where we're just kind of applying more fur to it, and just kind of develops. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know how much highlight I want to put in this tail. I want it to kind of want it to like fade out a little bit. I think the squirrel's looking pretty good. This might end up being on a shorter end side just because like it is a small creature. Um, I've got like some more details to put in this, but there's not like a lot more details. So this might I drew him a little bit small too. I could have like put him in. I kind of like this composition actually, where he's like only taking up so much space. Um, I feel like I have like a little bit of extra time to develop the stick he's standing on. In the reference photo, he's actually standing on like a fence, but I like this better. So I'm gonna spend some time kind of working on this, just freehanding a stick here. So like sticks are kind of easy to draw when you're freehanding. You just basically put in some highlights and stuff to represent the outer bark. Like because they're so natural sticks, you can you just apply the least amount of stuff to make it look like a stick. Now you have to get the shadows and stuff like that right. So like the light's coming through here, it's going to like hit on this. but it's not going to be underneath his foot here. So this foot here, there might be some like highlight of like claws or other little things and stuff, but you're not going to be highlighting the stick so much until you get further away from that, because if the light's like coming through here and stuff, you'll still get some areas lit up, but and again, this is just from imagination. I really don't know where the light would be hitting on this. This is like where your artistic discretion kind of kicks in, kind of guess. Maybe some highlight through here, just because I see on his chin there should be kind of have like a little twig kind of come off a little bit, so that it's not just oh, twigs kind of go different directions, nature and so forth. Maybe have a little twig kind of come up over here and just kind of come up behind them or something. That'd be kind of cool, right? Again, you're in control of the composition. It can do whatever you want. Highlight that just a little bit. Yeah, looks a lot more natural, I think, than maybe what it was looking like before. Oh, Mama Q shows up. Somebody said Q. Mama Q shows up. I love it. How's it going, Mama Q? Um, I think Mama Q's outside of the area impacted by the storms. I'm just checking in with all my friends. So, like, I'm glad that you guys came in. So, I don't know. Like I said, my internet's been spotty. I was thinking about maybe canceling tonight, not having a stream just because I didn't know if the internet would hold up. I'm glad to see it is. Um, but I really didn't want to, because I did want to kind of check in on you guys and just see how everybody's doing. I'm glad that at least all of you guys are doing okay. And, I don't, if you guys have friends, loved ones, people that you know who are suffering because of the storm and stuff, make sure you check in on them and reach out to them and do what you can, just because, like, I don't know, it's times like this that people come together, I think. I don't really know. I just try to be a good citizen. And, since knowing you guys, like, you guys are all over the place and stuff, I do want to make sure that you guys are okay. Um, because, like, I know there are people who got hit pretty hard by that storm. So I know that you guys live in a wide variety of places out there, so I get worried about you guys. But I'm glad that most of you guys have checked in. Well, all of you guys have checked in. I'm glad that most of the people I know have checked in. In fact, I'm trying to think. I think I got everybody. That's cool. The one I was most worried about was you, Larry, because you are in Florida, so I never know. Plus, those hurricanes down there, they stir up those flying alligators, like Sharknado. So like alligator NATO. Is that a thing? Gator NATO? Gate NATO. Yeah, so like you always have to worry about Gate NATO. I don't know. That's a thing. That sounds terrifying, by the way. So like Sharknado has like the posters where the sharks are kind of like running around in like a tornado style. I can literally imagine that with alligators. Gate NATO. Gate Gate Tornado NATO? Gate Tornado? Yeah, Gate Tornado. Yeah. I think I just invented something. Yeah, you deep fry raccoon. Raccoon does like I wouldn't eat raccoons. No, that sounds terrible. Why would you eat a raccoon? They're adorable. That's oh no, come on. You only eat the ugly animals. Like, I can't think of a single ugly animal. I was gonna say cows, but cows are cute. I like cows. Lizards. There you go. You eat lizards. Lizards can be cute too. I don't know. Suddenly I feel like I should be a vegetarian. Are there any non-cute animals? I like this tail. For some reason, I just want to keep drawing this tail. Like, this tail is cool. I want to come back with my gel pen and add a few highlights to this tail when I'm done. Because there's like layers, right? So like this tail kind of comes up and comes around in bushes, and then there's like a secondary layer. In fact, I had the fur kind of going in the wrong direction. But there's a secondary layer of fur kind of like spooking out over here. I need to draw an alligator. I really do. Mama Q says, it's going good. We're in the Pacific Northwest, so stay safe, everyone. Yeah, in the Pacific Northwest, you don't really have to worry about hurricanes so much. You have to worry about pirates. Like in my mind, whenever I think of the Pacific Northwest, I think of Goonies. And for some reason, I think you guys have to worry about pirates. Pirates and what else is in the Pacific Northwest? Um, like apes. Isn't that where the Planet of the Apes, where they end up going? Like they start off in San Francisco, I think, and then by the third movie or whatever, they move up into like Vancouver area, which means they would cross through the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, you guys have to worry about like apes, essentially. That's the thing. You don't need to worry about alligators or rabid squirrels. You need to worry about sentient apes, I think. Not sentient, like all apes are sentient. Like super intelligent apes. I don't know. Jeremy, if you draw an alligator, Larry has to be sitting on the top. Rum Dog drew Larry like doing something with alligators, like wrestling alligators and stuff. So like I can definitely see that. I don't know if I don't know if I've seen a picture of Larry or not. Do I am I supposed to just kind of guess what Larry looks like in order to put him uh, like fighting a raccoon or like a alligator or something like that? You guys were talking about raccoons. Like now I have in my mind Larry fighting raccoons. Mm. Pacific Northwest is Sasquatch country. Very good, Warhorse. Yeah, you have to worry about Sasquatch up there. Although Bigfoots are like everywhere. We have them in Kentucky, apparently. There's been Bigfoot sightings in Kentucky. Yeah, Bigfoot gets around. Like, I don't know how many of those stories have like credibility, but there's a lot of them for various different places. Basically, anywhere there's like kind of like mountainous, um, like woodlands and stuff like that. And of course, there's different versions of Sasquatch. So, like in Florida, Sasquatch would be considered like a skunk ape. They have skunk apes down there. Obviously, there's a Yeti, which is in like the colder climes. You guys didn't realize I know all about these cryptids, huh? Larry sent Jeremy a self portrait. There you go. Yeah, like I don't know. For some reason, I've always been fascinated. So, like, you see these shows on I don't know, like the History Channel or something like that. Sometimes they have like aliens, and sometimes they talk about these different creatures. But I love those stories. I've always liked X Files. That was always a favorite show of mine. Um, so you know, when it comes to like Chupacabra, Bigfoot, Mothman, things like that, um, lizard people, all that stuff, it totally fascinates me. So of course I don't know if I believe any of those stories. It's just it's just something I find incredibly interesting. Like I don't know if there's like actual Sasquatch out there. Like, you know, in modern times, I feel like they would have been found or like discovered a little bit easier, but who knows? Who knows? And even if they don't exist, it's still a cool story, you know? Like, I don't believe like Vulcans exist, but I still like a good Spock story or Yoda, whatever he is. So Bigfoot's always going to be very interesting to me. Loch Ness Monster, there was something in the news recently about how there's actually two Nessies in that lake. I don't know. Why not, right? More the merrier. So you see what I'm doing with this gel pen? I'm just kind of adding highlights and then kind of like smudging them out. I think that creates like a really cool, subtle way of like highlighting things and giving it some depth. So that's pretty good. I'm going to highlight some of this back here just to kind of bring it out. I don't want to go too far with it. I think he's looking pretty good, actually. Rum Dog says, I think I emailed you that picture, Jeremy. Oh, that picture of Larry. Yeah, I've seen it somewhere. I don't know if you emailed it to me or I saw it on your channel or something like that, but it is pretty cool. I don't think I could do Larry justice better than that, honestly. I think you did a great job there, Rome. Why mess with perfection? Yeah. So this little guy's looking pretty good. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got plenty of time, but I'm running out of things to do on this guy. So I think we're probably gonna wrap this up soon. Maybe a little bit earlier than usual, but we're still at the hour and 30 minutes mark, so I think we're fine. I'll let you guys off easy tonight. Again, like I said, I wasn't even sure I was gonna do a live stream tonight. I just wanted to make sure I checked in with you guys and confirm that you guys are okay. It's tough when you have like a YouTube channel and you do meet people from like all across. Well, I say tough. I don't really mean tough, but it is interesting when you have a YouTube channel and you meet people from all around the world, even here in the United States, way bigger areas than maybe you would have met in person. Um, like you end up meeting people from the South, you end up meeting people from like out west, things like that. It, it it's it's a different experience because so here in Kentucky, if I only knew a bunch of people from Kentucky, I'm concerned that people lost their power, but I'm not really concerned about their welfare because most of the people here in Kentucky, they're just fine. Their power went out, big deal. They lost some groceries because of it. It's not a big deal. But there are people who were caught in the hurricane that really are suffering. Like some of them, unfortunately didn't make it. And I care about uh, I care about that now. It's not like I never cared about it before, but it's more conscious to me now because I know all of you and you're all from various different places and stuff. So, in some ways, I think it's kind of interesting and well, it's definitely very interesting. In some ways, I think it's kind of uh, it's good for me to think about people from like different areas where maybe I wouldn't have thought about that before. So it's kind of like a little bit transformative. Guess I'm saying thank you for being there. There we go. How's that? I'm glad you guys are there, and I'm glad you guys are okay. Because no matter where you're from, the more the older I get, certainly, but the more I realize, like, yeah, we're kind of all in it together. Everybody suffers or everybody triumphs. It's just the way things work. We're all interconnected. Um, Larry says, I gotta run as well. Just for you, Rome. I'm gonna do a flying elbow into the bed. That's awesome. I may even yell, woohoo! All right. Well, yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap this up anyway. So you're not mixing much. I feel like I got a pretty realistic squirrel here. Pretty happy with it. If there's anything that I decide to do to it, it would be minor. Like I do kind of want to put like some highlights on this ear just to separate it out from that thing behind it. But I don't know. I like him. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know if it looks exactly like the squirrel I had in my mind, the one that I saw in that on that trail cam, but he looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with him. Come on. This, hey puppy, give me 1 minute. Almost done. So somebody said his name was Lolly. I like that. Lolly the squirrel. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You guys were a great audience as usual, like you guys always are. Um, I always like to have a sip of bourbon and look at it and see if there's any improvements. But I kind of like this guy. I think he looks pretty realistic. So anyway, let me go back to. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Tuesday night. This one was a lot of fun, actually. It's a nice, relaxing way to just kind of hang out and do something that it's not like there's like anyone really paying attention to how the squirrel looks. So I felt like I felt free to just kind of have some fun with it. But I'm glad that everybody's doing well. I was really concerned about you guys with that storm and everything. So it's great to see that you guys are doing great. Um, like I said, appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I will be back on Thursday and we'll do it again. So until then, have a great one. Bye. Thanks.